any crash bang booms, that is because I do not live alone. I am very blessed to have a family, a husband, dogs, animals, children, all the things. And so doors will open and close. People might fall and scream. You never know what's going to happen around here. I am Sandra Waldrop, and you are watching Kingdom Acres. This is my segment on craft round the clock. Welcome to my 4:30 segment. Who am I, right? Usually I'm either in the evening or the morning. And I had just got done saying on a prior live that 6:45 was like my time now, because that's the only time I can find in my schedule. But praise God for a holiday weekend, right? And so this Monday is a little different than normal Mondays, and therefore I am here with you at 4:30. I'm so excited. So as you come in, just let me know you're here. Give me a hello, howdy, how you doing? Let me know where you're watching from. And let me know if you're in Craft Round the Clock. That is a great, great group. We love having lots of friends, excuse me. We love having lots of friends in there. And there are just so many fantastic creators, okay? Like, you will never walk away not like learning something. Hi, Miss Tracy. Speaking of Miss Tracy, this is my Vintage Soul Sisters shirt. If you did not order one, you missed out. You missed out. The orders have closed. But if you see it and you're like, wow, I really need that shirt, please shoot Miss Tracy a message or comment on one of her lives saying that you would really like to order a shirt, because she's trying to get numbers together to see if we have enough people who will order to reopen the ordering through the company. Hi, Miss Lori. How are you? I'm doing great. I am fantastic. My husband is home. I know y'all know I've been going crazy driving back and forth to Port Arthur to stay with my husband, and I am just so happy to have him home, even if it's just for a few days. I get to snuggle up on the couch with him and just feel his presence. So, hi Stacy, how are you? If y'all are local to us, you want to reach out to Stacy Gregory. Her husband just started a like mowing, landscaping type situation company. So if you have those types of needs, which I know here on Texas Gulf Coast, like grass, it doesn't need anything. It just grows. You wait a week and it's Jumanji out there with mosquitoes the size of hummingbirds. You don't want to let that happen. So definitely reach out to Stacy's husband, and she has a business card listed on her profile. So head on over there and check them out. They would love your business. So today I have a fun fall project. I'm sure y'all can just hear my door opening and closing. We live in a house that was built in 1979, so everything's just a little creaky and rickety and all those things, but that's okay, right? We love it anyways. Lots of fun. And it's just my family doing family things. And so today we are working on fall decor for your farmhouse type situation. Okay, so if you have like cottage, if you like cottage core, if you like farmhouse, you like rustic, you like vintage, you like primitive, any of those things, this style could easily fit in with those styles. So I'm super excited. I went into Hobby Lobby today sporting my Vintage Soul Sister shirt, and I picked up a few fabrics, which I only got like 1/4 of a yard to 1/2 a yard of each one. And so I did not spend an arm and a leg on fabric to do this project. It's like you can get, I only got a 1/4 yard of this, right? And I've already cut some of it off in preparation for this, and this would give me several of what I need for this project if I wanted to do a really big long garland, or if I wanted to do several smaller garlands. I could get plenty, and it was like $7.99 a yard, so pennies. There's that one, and then look at this. Oh, this just made my heart smile so much. Look at that. It's got little puppy dogs on there, and they're playing, and they're in the leaves and the apples and all the cute things, and it just made my heart smile so big. So I just had to get this one for me. And then okay, so I know we use homespun quite a bit. I'm not sure if these are homespun. Somebody who is more adultier than I am could definitely tell you if these are homespun. But I got 1/2 yard of these, and I want to say they were like $9.99 or the same $7.99. But for all this fabric, I paid like 12 bucks. Okay, so I got the green, the brown, and then the 2 different like printed fabrics, and I paid 12 bucks. Okay, not bad at all. Not bad at all. The burlap I already had at home, and I had gotten a huge piece of it. I want to say it was like a yard. No, it was 1/2 yard that I got that day. But you know, it's like folded over, and it's a really big piece. And I paid $1.49 for that. $1.49 for my big piece of burlap from Walmart. So really, really cost efficient. Okay, so we're going to be doing that. We got our twine over here. This is just a Dollar Tree twine. Okay, now the only thing that might even be remotely spendy is this, but you're going to get a lot out of it. And it is the dark fabric transfers from Printworks. And you get this on Amazon. I've been using this a bit. I think it's 12 sheets in the pack, and I paid, I want to say $12 for it. So it's like $1 a sheet, but you can print several on one sheet, right? It's like 8x11 normal printer size sheets. And so I printed out a few of these scarecrow images. I just literally went on Google and said scarecrow face clip art. And this was one of the images that popped up. Hi, Miss Wendy. That's one of the images that popped up, and I just saved the image and printed it out. I will probably, super easy. Just very easy to Google something, get whatever it is that you like or want, or you can go on Etsy and spend a couple of dollars if you really want like something specific, right? But for me, I just wanted like a cutesy little clip art scarecrow image. So that's what I did. And I left the images I didn't really fiddle with the size of the image on my page, because I knew I wanted it to be kind of on the smaller side, because here's what I did. Okay, let me take you from step 1. I got my little dessert plate. Okay, aren't these cute? I got these a couple years ago for Christmas. And I just went around it with a Sharpie on my burlap. Okay, so that's how I got that size. Just a plate. Thanks, Miss Wendy. I just used a plate there. Okay, and then I did the same thing with these other fabrics, right? But then I got one and I just folded it over to make like a little quarter pie type situation. And then I just trimmed off about 1/4 of an inch, okay? So that I would have a good border where you could see that burlap around my, around my circle, right? Because I want to see both of those. So I'm just going to go ahead and give them an iron, right? Just so I can kind of flatten them out. I wanted these, I had my iron ready to go. We are doing a no-sew version of this bunting. If you notice, I do not have my, hi Miss Stacy. Oh, thank you, Denise. I appreciate that. You notice I don't have a sewing machine out here. If you think of like kids reading stage, I may be like a level 2, right? On the little easy readers. That's the level I am when it comes to a sewing machine. So I am not the person to be sitting here instructing y'all on how to sew using a sewing machine. I'm not that gal, okay? Maybe one day I'll be proficient enough. Today is not the day, okay? Today is not that day. And I'm perfectly satisfied with my role in life of hot gluing and things. Ooh, but I did find this other thing at Hobby Lobby today. I'm gonna go back for it, so I'm not gonna give any spoiler alerts, but I do have some other tricks up my sleeve. Hello, Miss Linda. I do have other tricks up my sleeve coming up in the no-sew genre of crafting, okay? But today we are just using my hot glue. So I'm going to set this aside just for a moment because I want to go ahead. I did just a little round and I used one of these candle holders from Hobby Lobby, or not Hobby Lobby, from Dollar Tree, just to get my shape, my size for that, okay? And then, but you could use, I think the Waverly chalk paint bottles are about the same size. See that? They're a tiny bit smaller, but anything around that size would probably work just fine, just depending on your preference. Okay, so I printed my little scarecrow face. Now I'm going to take the back off, right? I cut him out just using scissors. I don't have a Cricut or anything super fancy. We are very low tech around here with all this crafting business, okay? One day I will be all of the things, but I'm very happy to share easy, low-cost ways of creating a homemade home, right? That's my thing, is making a homemade home. Growing up, I did not have a lot of, we did not have money, okay? Like, we were lucky to be eating beans and rice. So I did not grow up in a home where like there was a ton of, you know, trending decor or anything like that. My mom did her best with her yard sales and everything, but when you don't have a budget, thank you, Miss Teresa, when you don't have a budget, it makes it really hard, right? Now, it is my heart that even women who don't have a large decorating budget, that they would still be able to create an environment in their home that feels warm and welcoming, and they can create it to their style, right? I think that that is so important, to be able to express your style in your home, and regardless of your income. Because I know, like, I see these reels on YouTube and these girls are going into like Home Goods or Hobby Lobby, and they're like, if it's under $40, or yeah, if it's under $40, I'm going to buy it. And I'm like, girl, if I had $40 to spend on something like that, I probably would not spend $40 on something like that. I would still probably make it. Oh, look at how cute. my goodness. I'm in love with him. Okay. So I've got this all lined up on here, right? I'm going to fold over where I'm going to want the string to run through. And I'm just going to make sure that it's centered on there, but I'm also going to test and see where this little guy is going to fit on my bunting, right? Look at that. Isn't he adorable? Okay, I just want to make sure, maybe a little bit less. Maybe fold a little bit more and give me a little bit less on there. I want it to have, you know, the bunting look. Okay, so I got my line where I want it. See how it's kind of like that in the back, but in the front, this will be the front, right? And I am just going to line it, and then I'm going to iron it to get that good. So I printed, Miss Patty, I printed on these transfer sheets. They are dark fabric transfers from Printworks. Okay, and you can get them on Amazon, and you could do, oh gosh, I just now bought my second pack of that, and I've done like tons of projects. I did my pants. I've done 2 pairs of pants. I've done my chicken or my rooster grain scoop. I've done tons of things for like my kids. I did a pair of pants for a friend for our first day of co-op. So like I've done a ton. I've done a lot. Okay. So there we go. It is ironed down. So we've got a nice easy line, right? Okay. Now all I have to do is bring my hot glue gun. Okay, I don't know. See, I'm just going to pull it up, and I'm going to make a line just below where I want my my jute to go, because that's what I'm going to use is the jute. Oh, hot, it got me. It always gets me. Y'all that watch me hot glue, y'all know. Y'all already knew that was going to happen. So I'm just bringing this level, making sure it's all lined up on the fabric part now, because I did the, I did the burlap. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my brown fabric. Just lay it on there. Okay, I'm going to flip this to the back. And it's okay if it looks kind of crooked on the back. It's not that big of a deal, right? Because that's going to the back. That is not, it's not our front area. It would be, you know, up against a wall or a mantle or something. Hello, Miss LaBelle. Oh gosh, what is... Nope, can't remember. My brain. I can see your face. I can like see your face. I can't make out your face on the thing. That's not why I can see your face. I can see your face because I watch you, but my brain and the names. So anyways. Right? And if, okay, so this part's sticking out a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of trim that down. And make it how, you know, make sure it's got the shape that I want, right? There we go. There we go. I did a lot of cutting prior to this, but it's not until you like really get gluing and stuff that with these kinds of things that sometimes you need to trim things up a little bit. Oh, hi, Tina Marie. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you, girl? How you doing? All right, so I'm just going to glue this on here. So I've got him glued, or I have him ironed on, my little iron transfer, and now I'm just gonna do this one right here. I can kind of push down a little bit more on this one because I've got that transfer on there and the hot glue is not coming through to burn up my fingers. So that's helpful. Can you show that? Oh yes, absolutely. I'm gonna put, see, it's Print Works, and it's got the fabric, it says fabric transfers, and then I use the dark because it's for like darker fabric. I haven't tried the light, so I don't know what that would look like. I just get this one. I've never done the other one. Usually, this is the second pack I purchased, so usually. Oh, aw, thanks, Miss Tina Marie. Yeah, it's just a busy season, right? Right side out. No, ma'am. It's just going straight on, and that's all it is, like that. And I'll just feed my my string through here when I'm ready to. I've just got my little open ends right there to feed my string through. And you could put your string through before you get to gluing. That would be helpful. But I wanted to be able to kind of arrange and move things around just depending. But isn't he cute? Okay. So I'm going to do more embellishing, right? And I love the brown tones for fall. I'm loving that this year. Sometimes I like to go a little more orange or green, but look at these fabrics. They've got so many of the cute fall colors. So what I'm doing with this is I'm just making the teeniest, tiniest little bow to go over his printed bow. Okay, I just want to kind of make that a little bit more realistic on there. And I'm just pulling down the cut ends of the string. And here we go for me to hot glue my fingers again. Everybody wait for the scream. I'm sure it'll be, it's coming henceforth. One moment. Oh goodness. All right, so I got that on the underside. And now I'm going to get a little button here. I've got a bunch of buttons, but I want one that's going to, let's see here, maybe this darker button or the lighter button. This one has like a red something on one side, but then it's plain on the other side. I could just put it on the plain side. Yeah, I think the plain one will work better. So you can't really see. Hello, Alicia, new from Texas. Hi, I'm also from Texas. I'm south of Houston. Where are you? Aw, thank you, Miss Denise. So I'm just gonna kind of squish this up. Some of my little strings moved. I'm gonna squish this so that everything will fit under my button. And that's one thing that I love about doing the transfers is that, like, you don't have to leave it just a flat image. You can add little embellishments to kind of bring it to life. Look, isn't that darling? Aw, I love him. I love him so much. Okay, so that's one little bunting piece done. And I could add raffia. I've got my raffia sitting here. I may still add more things. Just bear with me as I continue to create. Hello, Miss Lynn. Gail, aw, thanks. That's sweet. Aww. I love it when y'all greet each other. That is just so sweet. I love seeing all the love spread around. Y'all just make my day so bright. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and move this to the side so it doesn't try to reach out and grab me again. I have a love-hate with my glue tool. I'm starting to remember to not use the no-no words on Facebook. I don't want to get in trouble for talking about the glue tool. You never know what they're going to hit you with. Rio Grande Valley. Okay, so you're some hours from me. You're some hours from me. Okay. So I've got that nice and flat. Okay, now I'm going to I really want to do my doggies. My doggies are so sweet. Okay, let me just iron this one down. And initially I was thinking that I would just do the scarecrow on the one, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll do it on the doggy ones or not, because I just love the doggy and I don't want to make it too busy. That is just so adorable. I'll probably end up going back for more of this fabric. It just makes me so happy. It makes me oddly happy. I don't know. They're just so cute. There's like a little doggy poking out of a pumpkin here. And another one just sticking his face up in the air. Look at how sweet. I have a golden retriever, y'all. And her name is Duchess. Right? And she is the most codependent animal I have ever met in my life. But I love her dearly. She is just so precious to my heart. She just fills me full of joy. I love her so much. I kind of feel like she is my consolation from the Lord after my horse died a few years ago. He was the sweetest animal. He was a paint Tennessee Walker, and his name was Poncho. The prior owners named him Poncho Villa because he was an outlaw. Because apparently back in his younger days, he was a stinker. But by the time I got him, he had had plenty of miles put on him, and he was a dream. He was a dream. My girls used him for drill, and he would learn the drills. Like, this horse was amazing. Thank you, Alicia. He was so amazing. He would learn the drill, and you could literally put anybody on his back and he would just do it. Okay, of course, I didn't decide to do drill until after he was gone. And my daughter's 7-year-old quarter horse decided that my seat was better on the ground. He's a stink butt. I love him too. I love him too. But Poncho held ownership to the softest place in the world. Right on the underside of his chin. No, not his chin. It was like the underside of his upper lip. Right between his nostrils, there is just like a super duper soft hair spot right there. And I'm sure mine is just kidding. Just kidding. But he had the softest spot there. And so if you can't tell, I love animals. Animals, like, I love them so much. They don't care if I'm grumpy or stinky or anything. They love me anyways. They love me anyways, no matter what. So anyways, I have my Duchess now, and she will come to me on the couch, and she will flip my phone out of my hand. I'll be having my phone like this, and she'll stick her nose in there and like flip it up, and then she will stick her face in my hand where I had my phone. Like, it's like half a second that all this is happening. She has her little movement that she does where she just gets me. She gets me good. Okay, put some right there. Now let me do my line straight across here, leaving room for that jute to go through. When I did this earlier, I used a Sharpie to trace my circle on my burlap. I only used a pen when I did the fabric. So you want to be careful because you don't want to use a Sharpie on the fabric because it will bleed, but it worked great on the burlap so that I could actually see my line. But it will, like, I do have a little bit of blue there that you can barely see. I did a pretty good job of trimming most of it off. But it's not a big deal. I'm getting any pieces that have that just put to the back, and not a big deal. And here I am, I'm just testing my little hole situation. And there we go there. Now we can see how these are gonna look. Look how that's gonna be next to each other. Oh my goodness gracious. Can you believe how cute this is turning out? Oh, I'm so excited. Y'all, it's September 1st. Can you believe it? Like, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all, and to all. Good night. Oh wow, yeah, I'm already 30 minutes in. I started at 4:30. Goodness me, I've only got 15 more minutes. All right, let's see if I can get through these. I want to make a good size garland, so what you see me doing here today will not be the end of my garland journey, because I want a good size garland for my mantle. And now that I've done it and it's super easy and I can add all my embellishments and things, I will probably make another one for this little window situation that I have going in my living room that's kind of bare. And I, bunt everything for the fall. Bunt it all. Thank you, Lori. Oh, you love. Yes, they're my favorite humans too. Thank you for that. That is so true. They are. They absolutely are. I love my fur babies. They are just so sweet. I love going out and visiting my daughter's cow. Her name is Vanellope, like the candy princess girl off of Wreck-It Ralph, right? Princess Vanellope von Schweetz. But I call her cow Mooey, okay? And I'm sure nobody can take me seriously when I call this cow Mooey, but she responds to Mooey. So that is now her name. That is what I shall call her, and she will be my Mooey. All right, so I've got a few of these. I'm thinking I want to do one with a sunflower, just a little flower sticking up there. It takes me just a minute or two to trim this out, so hopefully I don't take too long, but I'm just gonna do it quickarooski like, just to get this one going here, because you see, like, this is all there is to it. I just try to look for ones, like images on the internet that are not going to be incredibly complicated, because I know that a lot of these are made for Cricut people, right? Like, you've got a Cricut, and I'm just like literally going around the yellow part, cutting off like the pointy leaf thing. Not a big deal. I don't own a Cricut, and a lot of the things are made for Cricuts. That's okay. I just look for the least complicated of all of them. I'm gonna cut this off, make it easier to get in there. See how it's kind of like a little, I'm just gonna, snipping off the excess really helps you get in there, because then you're not fighting it. And then just around. But I was, on another live, I was talking about how my thumb, after I do cutting like this, it likes to be kind of weird. It gets a little weak for a while, and then it starts getting kind of shaky. I don't know what that is about, but I'm not enjoying it. And I'm kind of one of those people that I'm too busy for like doctor situations. Be proud of me though. Aw, hi, my sweetie Sheila. Be proud of me though, because I did schedule myself an eye doctor's appointment for this week. So y'all will hear all about that Thursday evening. I scheduled myself in for 9:45 here in this seat in the evening for some late night crafting. And then you all will hear about my eye doctor's appointment. I haven't been in like 5 years, y'all, for like a checkup. I went last year because I started seeing like weird lights and things, and they said that it was like something weird. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, I'm fine. I can still see. I just see bright lights every once in a while. No big deal, apparently. But I'm going in to get new glasses. So I'm really excited for that. For one thing, I don't like the glasses that have the little angry things right there. You know those things? Those little nose dills? Gosh, they get so painful by the end of the day. And I decided like right after I got them that they were not the bee's knees. But I already had these and I had already spent money on them, and it was what it was. So I've just been living like this with a pain in my nose for the past 7 years. So, okay. I've got this thing all ironed out and ready to go. Now I just need to grab, here we go. Here we go. Now I could use this, or I could use another piece of fabric. No, I think I'm just going to use this. But you could use anything you want. Like you could make any combinations of fabric that suits your sweet little heart. Okay. Again, I'm trying not to burn myself. I burnt myself last week reaching around my iron. Get myself a little line burn there. Okay. So I'm just going to go around this with my blue Sharpie here. All right. Like I said, I did most of the cutting beforehand, but I like to leave some stuff to do on here. I could do the whole project and come on here and be like, hey, look what I made without y'all. Just kidding. How silly would that be though, right? All right, I'm just gonna take this off here because fighting with that whole $1.50 for that much, that's a lot. That's a lot of burlap for $1.50. That's all I paid for that. Not bad at all. Because, well, and the reason you get so much is because it's like folded over, right? They fold it over and then they sell it to you like that. And, okay. Got that little guy. Let me see here. Looking good. All right, now I'm just gonna pull him right off of there. Pull that backing off. It just has like a little paper on there. And that's what backs up to, it's not sticky, right? But there's apparently a sticky something on there that's not sticky yet until you iron it. And you definitely want to make sure that you're covering your item with a piece of cloth or something when you go to iron it, because if you do not, it is plastic and or vinyl, whatever. It's made of that type of molecule, whatever it is. It will ruin your iron. You will have a mess and you will not be excited about your project in the least. So just want to make sure you know. Put the back to the fabric, picture side up, put fabric on top of it, and then iron it. If you are doing this to like pants, you want to make sure that you iron it till you can see the fabric like grain through. You want to be able to see the indentions from your fabric coming through, because if not, it's not on there very good. And when you wash, you are going to, oh, good. You're getting a sprinkle. That's awesome. We've been having rain as well. But anyway, if you're going to wash, do anything that's going to get any sort of wear, you really want to make sure that they're ironed on really good. Yes. No, we are very excited for all the rain. Here's what's been happening in Waldropville, right? Just this little 5 acres of Waldropville. It will rain everywhere else except for here. My husband had to water our foundation yesterday. And I know people in other areas of the world don't know what that means. But around here, we have such a clay-based soil situation happening that if you don't iron it, or if you don't water it, you're going to have some trouble. Okay. Oh, I was going to iron it first. I said iron it. Okay, let's get this going. I've only got 6 minutes, so I've got to hurry, hurry, hurry. Here we go. I won't be able to do all 5 rounds, but I will be able to kind of get us somewhere close, right? Get 3 out of 5 isn't so bad. That's passing. Oh, Alabama, Miss Sweetie. Aw, thank you so much. You're too sweet. Is that why they call you Sweetie? My son is eating the chips. Gotta call him out on his bad snacking. He's doing the bad snacks. Okay, here we go. More hot glue under here. And I am very confident using this hot glue on here for this project because, again, this is something that's not going to be like used out in the world all the time, right? Like, it's not going to get heavy use and need washed and all this stuff. So hot gluing it and stuff, it's fine. It's going to last long enough. And then when I'm, tired of it or whatever, it's not that big of a deal if I want to like toss it or whatever, whatever I want to do, it's not that big of a deal. Now, if I want to regift it and I feel like it's coming apart, then I definitely will take, some hand stitching to it or something like that. But just for my personal use right here, right now, in the comforts of my home, it'll be just fine with this hot glue method, right? Just fine, just fine. And I'm loving my sweet little scarecrows. They're so cute. So, so cute. So now I'm going to show you how it looks with the combination. Can y'all can't see all that. Isn't that so adorable? Family and hubby call you sweetie. Yes, Miss Sheila. Yes. All right. Are you saying I shouldn't call you sweetie? Are you saying you want me to call you Sheila? I will call you whatever you like, but I love sweetie. That is just so precious. So precious. Okay, so I'm going to do another little embellishment. I've got 3 minutes. Let's see what I can do here. Just a little, maybe I'll just, instead of doing that wrap thing, I'm just going to do a little bunny ear tie. That's what I will do. That's what I will do. I will marry you. That's what I will do. Okay. Just a little tie. There we go. Kind of, I'm just adjusting the size of the bows on there. And And then with this one, I probably will not, well, maybe I will. I don't know. I'm in love with buttons right now, y'all. Bear with me while I go through my button phase, okay? You know, we all go through our little phases. And if y'all can't tell, I'm also going through a transfer phase. I'm loving just the power, all the power of printing and cutting and making whatever I want just with my printer and that transfer stuff. So easy. Oh, look. Look at that. Yeah, I don't think he needs a button. Isn't that adorable? So, all right, let's see how this is gonna work. What I can do, got this, and I've got this, and I've got this. Y'all see what I'm thinking here? I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue on the end of my paintbrush, okay? Not on the fuzzy end, on the regular end. And I'm going to hot glue my string to the end of my long stick. You can use a paintbrush, you can use a skewer, you can use a dowel, you can use a pencil, whatever you've got going, okay? And I'm just going to let this dry, okay? And then I'm going to shove this on through here. See how easy that was? So easy. I probably shouldn't have taken it off of the thing, but you can do it as many times as you want. It's not gonna hurt nothing. Yes, we do. We all go through phases. Aw, thank you. Yes. Aren't they adorable fabrics? I love them so much. All right. It's 5:15, y'all. I'm going to keep doing this. Y'all head on back over to Craft Around the Clock. See the next presenter. I didn't look and see who's up next, but I know they will be fabulous because all of our presenters are so amazing and wonderful. Thank you guys so much for being with me here today. I love y'all. Have an amazing week. Happy Labor Day. And thank you for making a homemade home with me today. Bye, y'all.